Errol Spence is going to face Terrence Crawford on July 29th. That is for all the belts at 147. Easily the biggest fight of the year. Biggest fight in the welterweight division since Mayweather against Pacquiao. Last month at a press conference, Spence grabbed the microphone and openly called out all the sanctioning bodies, basically to ask where the money that he and others was paying was going. Andre Ward, a boxing Hall of Famer and a former WBC champion, he has asked the same things. The WBC, like all the sanctioning bodies, not exclusive to WBC, they collect a lot of money in fees every single year. So where is all that money going towards?
Thank you so much for this question. The WBC is a organization, non-profit organization, founded 60 years ago. The WBC has 176 countries affiliated. We have 50 employees in Mexico City, direct, and many other indirect employees. We have offices in Los Angeles, in Albuquerque and Miami, and we have remote offices in other countries. We have a wide variety of committees that do work every single day. We have a huge expense in the clean boxing program. We have expense in medical research. We have the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund, the Friendly Hand Foundation, the WBC Cares program, a variety of social responsibility programs, many different committees. So I did a piece about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, about what the WBC is. If you are open to giving this more time and more outlet, because we do not have outlets. What the WBC says is very limited of where it goes, because we don't buy the time, or we don't have the news openness. But I am happy, and I responded to Errol Spence. I was sad that he does not know what the WBC is, but because he has been a champion and he has seen what the WBC does. So I feel very happy to have the opportunity to prove what the WBC does. We are, as I said, non-for-profit. Every single dollar that comes into the WBC goes back to boxing one way or another. And there's thousands of people that you can ask about that.
I think what Errol Spence would like to know is any money going towards the boxers, specifically when it comes to post-fighting career, medical insurance for when they're done fighting, because as you well know, a lot of boxers find themselves in very difficult circumstances, physically, mentally, when their fighting careers are over. Is any of that money going to be earmarked for those specific purposes?
Many. And many times we don't publicize specific cases because we feel that the honorability of those great champions that fall in hard times would be tarnished. But there's so many fighters that you can ask and see the aid they have received and they continue to receive. You know, the way boxing is structured is very complicated because there is no league, there is no structured planned for any fighter. They are individual contractors to a promoter. The WBC is not in the business of boxing. We have nothing to do with TV contracts, with gate revenues, with sponsorship, nothing that has to do with the business, only the administrative and the medical side. When a fighter goes into a boxing and does not have good advisors that help them pay the taxes, that help them save in a 401k or save for retirement, and the boxers go on and buy a Ferrari and crash it and come close to death and buy so many jewelry and trips and fun and houses, and they don't get good advice, that's the biggest problem. We are working hard into getting a financial education for when they, you know, once they become big in money, and they come into a bubble, and it's very hard to educate them. But if we start early, and we have been doing so, you can educate fighters, or not. It is not limited to fighters. NFL has, I believe, 3 years after they retire, they go to Chapter 11, the highest rate. So it's for all athletes and entertainers. But it's a concern for boxing because athletes need to know how to save the money, because most of them, they don't know to do anything after they retire from the ring.